Good morning, sunshines. I'm kind of digging doing these shorter little videos breaking down some of the different mat segments into shorter, smaller videos. So what I want to do right now is the side leg series. And this is a house favorite for me. It's a house favorite for a lot of our classes. Different students specifically request this. So I like to throw it in whenever I can. Okay, and if you've been doing it on the reformer, this would be where we're hooking that long strap in the front, that front leg, and you're doing the sweeps, okay? Push down into this elbow, and you want this long clavicle here. So still, try not to let your shoulders come in. We're gonna watch this and call this guy out. He wants to become an earring, don't let him. Okay, and then I'm not sure if you can see my positioning just right, but this ankle is pressing down into the mat. This leg is engaged. Nail it into that mat, okay? Point that toe. Better yet, prop up on that pinky. Point this top leg. Keep it in line with that hip. Grab their hand. Push your butt cheek forward a little bit. Now we've got stacked hips and stacked shoulders. Here you go. Exhale and inhale. Here's my length. Exhale and inhale. Anchor that pinky toe, drive it down, use that as a stabilizer. Stack your shoulders, and you're popped up on that hip bone a little bit. So you don't want to kind of sink into the mat here and be lazy about it. Make that side plank work a little bit. Think if you were doing a side plank. Reach your toe. Inhale. You're trying to extend this leg back and create this length in the body without it coming up. Okay, and let's do 4. Exhale. And 3. And 2. And 1. Right into your bicycles. Forward, bend, rotate, extension. Watch for that heel. Keep it down. Exhale, bend, rotate. You're creating your length there. Whew. So think about pushing your knee away. You might as well fire it up while we're here, right? Don't just kick it back a little bit. I mean, reach. Take that heel to the bum. Try to hit your butt. And then swing, bend, rotate. Heel stays as close to the bum the entire time. Here we go for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Other direction. Sweep, extend, back, bend. Watch that knee. Keep it down. Rotate forward. Here's the length now in the back of our leg. Beautiful long leg. Extend it. Keep it hip height. Sweep, bend, rotate, extend. Sweep, bend. And we're trying to smooth it out. So you don't want jerky movements. You want to keep this smooth and steady. Think of it as a beautiful fluid dance. Try not to speed up and try not to slow down. 2 more. And last one, and come on in. Okay? And if you're not feeling this at all, what I would say is that you might be rolling back a little bit. This hip bone might be kind of falling back. So you'd want to take your hand, put it right here, pop it up. You should feel like you're leaning forward slightly. So if this hand needs to be down there for support, that's great. This is a more intermediate. If this feels better to you and you feel like it's going to help stabilize your foundation, then do it. Okay, let's go into those leg circles. Think of the length across here. Think of the length across here. Pop up that toe right in line with that hip, and you're going to draw my little baseballs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Relax this guy. He wants to help. Don't let him. Make this core do the work. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to push that toe down, drive your heel out, other direction. Woo! And this is where it starts to get a little saucy. Here you go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Watch that shoulder, watch that shoulder. And I'm saying that for my benefit. For 3, 2, 1. Right into the bigger circles. Point your toes, inhale, up and around. So you're looking for these nice big rotations in that hip socket. If you feel like your hips are doing the hula, then bring them back down. Make smaller. Maybe here. For 5, 4, and 3, 2. Keep this butt cheek forward. Last one. Point this toe down. I mean, really anchor it down. Pop it. Pop your heel forward. And then try to crank it up and see what happens. Whoo! Here you go for 8, and 7, 6, and 5. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Mine gets tense too. I'm saying it just as much for me. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And that should do the trick right there. Oh, if you want to go like this, that's a good sign. Okay. Now you're going to point your toes out. Try not to wobble. Try not to hula hoop. Tap, tap, front, back. Think of reaching rather than height. Think of reaching. Here's my length. Here's my core. Tap, tap. Okay, for 5, 4. Whew. Balance on that elbow. Balance on that hip bone. For 3, and 2. And let's take it up and make a V tap. Here you go. Up and back. Forward and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale away from the body. Exhale. Here you go. For 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and let's bring it on in. Okay, and then we're going to add one more thing to it. Drop this knee down and watch for that legs. You see how mine just rolled back in? Let's get back up onto that pinky toe. This knee is going to drop down and tap this mat, and we're going to take that heel. We're going to reach it up and away as far as we can. Loosen up the head, neck, and shoulders. Try not to let those guys get involved. If this is bothering you, drop it down. Here you go. Tap that knee. Now flex that toe. Let's create the length in the back of this leg. No lazy feet. Fire it up. Inhale to reach. Whoo, there's my length right there. Exhale, come on down and tap. So the trick, what you're trying to do, where the core has to get busy, is when you're bringing this knee in, you can feel your whole body wants to fall. Make your obliques hold you in place. Tap. And you get this little, this side work right there. Here you go. For 5, ooh, we can make it a little harder. For 4. For 3. And 2. And 1. And come on down. Wow, that should feel great. Okay, so that's the side leg series on one side. I'm going to do a little in-between thing. This is something that I really like to do. So you can take it or leave it. I prefer that you take it and do it. It's just good for you. Okay, so make a diamond with your thumb and your pinkies, or your first fingers. Drop them down, and you're going to place your forehead right in that diamond. Now walk your knees out the width of the mat. Take your toes, and you're going to bring those guys together. So we've created a diamond here, and now you've created a diamond between your inner thighs and your toes. Whew. Bring those heels in a little bit. I want to think about my shins gliding straight up and down the wall. I'm using this right here, not my back. Drop all the way down, chest is heavy. Push into your pubic bone, tap, tap, tap. So, okay, one thing that I can tell you is if you're going up here, there's a good chance you're using your back. This is a tiny, tiny, tiny little focus to move.
Oh, Lord. And just like everything else, the slower you go, the harder it is. Open your knees wide, guys. Open. Open. Extend those toes up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right into swimming. This is not right. This is using my back. Not good. Push into my pubic bone. Lift up through my belly button. Extend. I'm about an inch away. That's it. Fire up those inner thighs. Close them tight. Frame of the body. Shoulder, shoulder, hip to hip. All 4 limbs are within the frame. Tap, 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 tap. And rather than height, you're going for length. Whoo! Whoo! Now that butt's working hard. I love swimming. This is awesome. Strengthen your lower back. Don't use your lower back. Use your glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that should push you right into a child's pose. You should feel like, okay, you kind of want that stretch out. And if you don't feel that, then what I would say is let's drop and do another set. I'm big on doing 2 sets. I love 2 sets of 20. Okay? 2 sets of 20. This is good for you. Get that butt working. Let that lower back rest. He has nothing to do with this. He is not involved. Forehead is down. Extend those arms out. You don't have noodles for your limbs. All your limbs are yardsticks. Fire out of your hips. Fire out of your shoulders. Tap, tap. No rocking. So what you're not wanting wild and crazy. You're wanting tap, 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 tight, tight, tap, 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 tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good Lord have mercy. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So hopefully you guys are digging it. We've got one more side to do. Side leg series. So I can show you how I'm leaning, or I'm laying down. My hip bone is going to be right here, or my butt is actually going to be right here. My back is going to be completely the length of the mat. And then my elbow is also on the mat. Stack these hips. Bring those toes in. Take this butt and push them forward. Hand down here, shoulders out of your ears. Lengthen. So no kind of slouching down. That's not making my core work. What's going to make my core work is by opening it up. Just holding your shoulders apart makes that body get busy. Here's my trunk. It's already fired up. Find that hip bone. Here's my flagpole. Exhale. 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 And really, really try to find these little tweaks for yourself. I want you to get the most bang for your buck when you do this. And I know that I go through a lot of instruction to get you into place, but I want you to feel it and I want you to see results. Okay, if you feel like you could do this forever, then let's double check that, okay? It shouldn't be easy. It should be simple, but not easy. Let's go for 4. And I could probably reach my toe back a little bit further. I'm getting a little bit slack here. For 2. And 1. Come up, rotate. Heel stays as close to the bum as possible. That whole knee rotates back. There's my length. Drop my deedent. Extend, sweep, rotate, extend, sweep. And this side is always harder for me. I almost always have to use my hand as a little brace. This one, I'm not quite stable enough, this morning anyway, to go up without sacrificing my foundations. And let's do 2 more, and then we're going to go the other way. Now keep that heel into the bum. It's close, right? And that should lengthen the front of the leg. And if you're not there yet, you'll get there. Bring it forward and extend.
And then remember, we're always looking for smooth, consistent, fluid movements. And I might have been struggling a little bit because I realize now that my shoulders were curling in. So if I'm balanced on my shoulders and I'm balanced on my hips properly, this arm should be a natural extension. It shouldn't take a ton of extra work. For 3 and 2 and 1. Bring it in. Let's go into those little circles. Let's not even think about it. Here you go. Draw. Lengthen that leg, guys. No noodles. Make it a yardstick. Fire it up. Try to touch that wall. Reach, reach. You want length in those legs, right? For 5. Length through this whole trunk. For 4, 3, 2. Drop your toe down. Make it a big dip. Make that heel go up. Keep those hips stacked. Other direction. 10, 9. And I'm about the size of an orange. It's not bigger. Honestly, the more you dip that toe and rotate it in, whoo, you find that glute fast. For 3, 2, 1, and bring it in. Oh, good Lord. This leg hurts too. Everything should be fired up on this. Nothing is left. Anytime you feel a strain on your neck, a strain is not good, but if it's getting sore, that's okay. The neck is a muscle and it has to get strong too. So, don't be afraid of feeling like a little bit of soreness, not hurting or pinching or anything like that. But don't be afraid of feeling like, your whole body is engaged in this. Okay, now let's go a little bit bigger. If it's really bothering you, as you build your core, you'll be able to add on, but you can always come down here. I started down here. I was down here for probably a good 6 months until I was able to prop up onto my elbow. And we're going slightly bigger, right? We still have that goal of our hip not rotating back as we circle. Hip is solid. And I really like to put my hand right there and manipulate my leg with my core rather than throw my leg around. The slower you go, the better. For 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. This one's gonna hurt. Here you go. Drop that toe down, flick that heel up, keep that hip stacked. Don't let it roll forward. Up and around. And if you have proper form, so this is about how high that leg should be able to go, unless you've dropped that hip all the way back and then you're making these big wild circles, right? If you're stacked, you're gonna hit like a crunch right there, where you feel like you hit a wall and you can't go higher. For 4 and 3, 2, and let's do my little taps. Here you go. Oh, first let's pound that guy out. Here you go. Front, back. See if you can press down into that pinky toe enough to elevate that leg off the mat a little bit. And hover that bottom leg. Ooh. 8, 7, 6, 5. Point your toe and reach, guys. Reach, reach, reach. For 4, length through here. Length, length, length. For 3, 2, and we're going to bigger. I'm going to need support. Here you go. For 10, 9, 8, and 7, 6. Remember, this is what's working too. For 5, you should feel this in your core just as much to take the mind off of that burning butt. For 2 and a 1, and come on down. If the child's pose feels good, that's probably a good idea. Open your knees wide, drop your chest down. Ooh, a figure 4 might be a good idea. A lot of people are really big fans of that. So if that's what's calling your name, I think that's great. And that is our super saucy side leg series. So that's another good little 20-minute thing that you can do. And I'm going to do a bar class later tonight. So have a great day. Thanks.